Die lig om groen te gang, Sarel van der Merwe gister. Die ding julle opgehou, die lig is groen, Sarel van der Merwe deur en dit is Chris Aberdeen in die tweede plek. Tony weer na Ben Morgenrood wat jag, Tony weer na natuurlik klas B motor. Gary Dunkley, Jan Coetzee wat ook daar kom, maar Sarel van der Merwe, dan is dit Chris Aberdeen aan Ben Morgenrood. En Willie Hebben lyk vir my weet tog toe wel 'n probleem gehad en moes toe van die agterkant van die wegspringrooster begin het.
Right, and it's Willie Hepburn coming through on the inside. Got a very bad start. He was right at the back of the whole pack. And Hepburn we expect to see coming through this field as this race progresses. It's 8 laps of this Grand Prix circuit. Morgan Rood tailing there through behind Sarel van der Merwe and Chris Aberdeen. And Aberdeen's giving close chase here. Both turbocharged cars. Aberdeen goes to the inside. He's got that four-wheel drive to take him out of the corner. As he goes down to the first to the top sport S's, it's still Sarel van der Merwe hanging on to the lead there, with Aberdeen looking for a way through. As we say, with that four-wheel drive, he gets out of those corners very, very quickly. It also allows him to brake late going into the corners. Van der Merwe in free. Aberdeen comes next. Morgan Rood's giving chase. That's 3 Class A cars. Willie Hepburn's down in the pack, thundering through in that big Sabat Opel. Gary Dunkley comes down the hill in 4th spot. And these rain clouds you've seen in the distance are tending to go away, so we don't expect any rain during this. And very nice during this race, and very nice to see that it stayed away for the Yellow Pages Grand Prix. It's Van der Merwe with Aberdeen right on underneath his wing. Morgan Rood is next looking for a way through. This is the tight corner. It's easy to let the car get away from you. Here, Van der Merwe goes wide there, so the four-wheel drive does it again. As we come up to finish lap 1, Van der Merwe out accelerates. He's got a bumper ahead of him. Morgan Rood's got the best seat in the ground at the moment, watching the action ahead of him and just waiting for developments. 4th one coming through is Gary Dunkley. Then it's Tony Viana in a BMW, and Willie Hepburn's got through to 6th ahead of Larry Wolford. Then it's Johan Coetzee with a big dent in his door as Van der Merwe goes through the corner. That's caught out so many drivers going through Nashua. Coming down now to Budget Corner. Van der Merwe, he won here going away yesterday. Aberdeen was in 2nd spot with Morgan Rood on his tail. Watch them through. Morgan Rood's lost a bit of ground there, and it's going to be a fight in the front with these two, but there'll be a lot of action down in the field. As we remember yesterday, Keith Carr won Class C, Repsol was 2nd, and then George Poseidon, and indeed was a very strong fight there with Sorensen, Wolford and Rawlings.
Ja, definitief Roger, natuurlijk ons renjaars ken natuurlijk hierdie Kyalami Grand Prix renbaan baie beter as die Formule 1 manne, want hulle ry elke keer 'n maand ten minste ry hulle op hierdie renbaan. Sarel van der Merwe nog steeds in die voortou. Chris Aberdeen wat alles probeer om nader te kom. Nou en dan kom hy so 'n bietjie nader. Soos Roger sê, die vierwiel aangedrewe voertuig vind dit effens makliker om uit die draaie uit te kom en vinniger te versnel. Chris Aberdeen, die sien die groot vlam wat daar uitgeskiet word deur die turbo of die Boswell engine. En dis weer in die kort pylpakkie in tot op die Celtics draai. Dis 'n regterhandse draai en dan is hulle by die skerp blinker bungee draai waar hulle weer in Ben Morgenrood heeltemal verder teruggesak. Nog steeds Sarel en Chris Aberdeen. Miskien het Ben so effens 'n klein probleempie gehad daar. Maar effens verder in die veld terug, soos Roger regtig gesê het, weet nou Gary Dunkley, Tony Viana wat voorloop in klas B. Dan is dit Gary Dunkley, Larry Wolford en dan Johan Coetzee. Manne wat ons baie hier op Kyalami sien. Sarel van der Merwe wat daar deur gaan, dan is dit Chris Aberdeen jaag nog steeds. Sien die swart rook is so deur die topsport is. Ek kom Willie Hebben op natuurlik 'n effense probleem. 4de of 5de op hierdie stadium. Ja, 4de op hierdie stadium en die groot klas A motors. Hier is 'n geweldige onder ons het tussen hierdie klas D motors. Dis Roger Lundum, dis die goedkoper klas om in te ry. Michael Shapiro die 70 daar soos Richard Sorensen wat deur Michael Shapiro geborg word en doen 'n geweldige goeie werk daarvan. Bill Skipper wat net so effentjie voor is met die dakkingsmotor. Net vanaf Oktober wat ons gister ook gesien 'n geweldige goeie wedren deur hierdie klas D motors.
And these are the Super Pocket Rockets. They are little rocket ships, these cars, mainly Golfs in the 100cc class. Left-hand side is screen. Richard Sorensen, the class champion. On his right-hand side, he's got the Helen Autobody car of Ray Wolford. Behind them, Brian Rowling, starting to push his nose through. The Rex Tweedy, he's in the Golf as well. They come through the Sassel S's absolutely flat out. It's a Class C car headed, and this is the D class cars, as I say, 1400 cc's, and this sort of racing goes on all around the country. It's Sorensen has been passed by Wolford. Wolford's gone to the front in this class. He won the class the year before. Sorensen came back in 1991 and took it away from him. 81 is Tweedy, 78 is Tweedy. Gary Swemmers there had a very big spin yesterday. And a very good race going on amongst it. There's another little car from Belcourt. That is the Nissan of Steve Colity. And look at this race going on here. And they have no quarter given or asked wherever they perform around this country. On the left-hand side, going away from them, the right-hand side of your screen now, that is Ray Wolf. He looks in his mirrors and he just sees golfs with that odd smattering of centres as they come sweeping through the S's. And they'll be looking and chopping and changing and catching a toe and looking for places to pass. Very nicely turned out the Neil Dunnacliffe carts, a little Jimco Pro Custom City Golf just at the end of the field as they come up onto the Wesbank shelf. Hard break in there, Wolford tries to go. They go through there. Look at that pack of them, always very evenly matched. The Union Jacks still flying there for Nigel Mansell, Sorensen's father, an Australian. Lived out in this country for many years. His father also a class champion here. It's Sorensen in the front, the green car in front. As Rollins goes through in the inside, no, it's not, it's Gary Swemmer. Gary Swemmer goes through in the inside. On the right-hand side of your picture is number 82, Ray Wolford. That's a possible winner. Crafty little driver's Ray Wolford. His uncle Larry is in the race in a very, very fast Sabat Skyline. And the young nephew's down at the back, and he goes and takes a tighter line. He goes to the front. Rollings hanging in there with Sorensen. And moving across the field is number 78, is Rex Tweedy. As Sorrell comes through and passes a whole lot of them. Sorrell comes through. There's Aberdeen looking for his way through the traffic. Being held up there. Popping it as they come through. You can see the flames out the side of that car. And that gives a chance there for Wolford to establish himself at the front. Here's the Class B battle. And it's Tony Vion in the front and closing up. Ooh, not happy at all with Dion Jabez. Is Johan Coetzee in that Gearmax Skyline. And this Class B battle is also another one that goes on all around the country. A real no-love-lost battle. These two have appeared in courts for bumping and barging. And now the BMW 535 of Dion Jabez. He's not unknown to get into rubbing shoulders with the other competitors. Has got a furious Johan Coetzee. There's Gary Dunkley going across Tony Viona's bows as he comes through there, getting pushed to the side out of the way. Viona holds back. No, he does. He just keeps it round as Dunkley tries to keep out of the way. Does he make it? No, he doesn't. Ecode goes through and Larry Wolford comes through. So the class at the moment is being led by Larry Wolford. Larry Wolford's leading with Tony Viona in second spot. Then is Dunkley just on his tail, and there is Joubert, and there is Johan Coetzee. So this is a bit of argy-bargy going on here. We're halfway through this race.
Die volgorde na 4 rondes dan natuurlijk Sarel van der Merwe, Chris Aberdeen, Ben Morgan en Willie Hebben. Johnny Eckhout wat ook nader geskuif het. Larry Wolford wat so effentjies daar deur beweeg het en baie snaaks onder ons en baie netjies van hom gewees om effens terug te hou op die remme, hard op die remme te gaan staan. Daar nie veel skade aan die Porsche aangekom het nie, Roger. Maar kom ons volg hulle hier so. Jan Coetzee, ons vroeër gesien wat sy arm so hier en daar gewuif het. Nie tevrede is met 'n manoeuvre van 'n spanmaat daar nie. En dit is die groot geveg hier vir klas B. Die Winfield Heuwel word aangedaag en ons sal sien wat gebeur hier bo as hulle onder die remme op die remme begin staan. Ek nog steeds is dit Tony Viana wat daarvoor. En Larry Wolford het 'n probleem in sy Sabat Skyline. Larry Wolford ongelukkig baie nuwe parte van ons af ingevoer en dit lyk vir my net asof die ding nie wil regkom nie, Roger.
That's absolutely right, Graham. And here's the man having his greatest moment, going to go on to win this. He's got 3 laps to go, and Wolford is starting to pour smoke out the back of his motor car. But he's still going to keep going. As closing on him, we've got Viona, and we've got Gary Dunkley in that very quick 3.3 litre Porsche Carrera. It might be filling the inside of the car, but Larry Wolford's not going to let this one get away. Whatever it is, he's going to keep struggling. Can he do it to the end? No, he can't. He's pulling off, and that's a great drive. No, he's still going on, as long as he's not dropping oil in the road and just spraying it over. But whether he's going to be able to keep it going for another 2 3/4 laps, we'll have to wait to see. It's Larry Wolford. He's just really prepared this car so well with new trick parts to make it go a lot faster, and it's showing. It's a lot quicker than it has been in the past. And it is pouring out. Whether the seal popped in there as he comes up in a D-class car, but in his mirrors, if he can see through the smoke, trying to get some air. The smoke is inside that motor car. Coming down the road, you can see Viona and Joubert. Viana, and he's bringing Johan Kutsi with him. Paddy Drivers in there in the IGI Mazda. And then the leaders of Class C are there too. Keith Garden, Bezuidenhout, Pat Duckham from Pietermaritzburg. And Wilford's keeping going. He's not going to let this one put him off. If he can hang on there to win it, it's going to be his greatest win. And through the haze, here comes Viana. And Dion Jabeur is close by him as well. How he's breathing in that motor car, I do not know. As long as he's not putting oil down on the track, that's going to upset the grip of the other motor cars. Taking in a nice wide line. It's one way to keep him back is to spread a smoke screen like that. You can almost smell the oil in the commentary box after you can, as he passed through here in the last tour.
Ja nee Roger, dit is eintlik baie onverantwoordelik om nog steeds op die renbaan te bly terwyl jy van soveel olie ontslae raak. Dis natuurlik olie wat ergens uit die enjin uit lek. Gary Dunkley sien ons net so vlugtig daar, hy is uit die wedren uit, maar dis natuurlik olie wat ergens uit die enjin uitlek en op die uitlaatstelsel kom en natuurlik hierdie rook veroorsaak. Maar hierdie motors gebruik natuurlik 'n droë stelsel van olie. Hulle dra geweldig baie olie en as die oliedruk nog daar is, dink ek gaan Larry Wilford nog steeds voorgaan. Maar dit lyk my Dion Jabeur probeer iets daar om effens nader te kom aan. En ek dink Larry ry nog steeds. Kan 'n mens dit glo? En dan is dit die twee BMW's daar. Dit is Tony Viana en Dion Jabeur. Larry Wilford wat weer eens hier by ons verbygaan. Die swart vlag is aan hom gewys. Hy moet nou van die baan aftrek. Daar's 2 rondes en sukkel geweldig om natuurlik asem te haal in daardie motor.
I just think the reason he keeps on the side of the road is not normally the racing line, it's just to keep away from that smoke. Right, now this is 1 and 2. This is 1 and 2 in this class. It's Dion Jabeur and he's still keeping going. I think he's just going to go round to the pits as Larry Wilford. A great pity that one actually, because it's a great driver he was having despite the little bit of argy-bargy we had in the beginning of that race with the BMW and Gary Dunkley in his Porsche. First time I've ever seen Gary Dunkley actually get into any of that or being pushed off the circuit. He drives very well, right on form at the moment. And these cars are going to be seen next down at Cape Town at Kyalami on the 29th of March. The man in front there is Dion Jabeur. Tony Viana is the one behind. 17 is Jabeur, 16 is Viana. As we had Dunnacliffe just come into shot now, and the leader is Sorrel van der Merwe. This is the order at the moment. And it's Sorrel van der Merwe leading Chris Aberdeen. Third on the road is Ben Morganroot. And coming up through the field is Willie Hepburn. A very nice drive there by Willie. He's in 4th position overall at the moment, ahead of Johnny Eco. He's in another big V8 Opel. It's Sorrel van der Merwe and still giving chase. Sliding into view. Morganroot's lost the grip on this leading pair here as Sorrel goes through the S's and starts to climb up this very, very steep Wesbank hill. Gets round Wesbank now. He's got half a lap to go. This is a very, very successful Sasol Ford Sapphire. There's another one in the offing coming from America. As Sorrel stays ahead there of Aberdeen. What a successful combination this has been. Going to be in the rallies next week in the Tour de Total down Natal. He'll be driving one of the Sasol Lasers. And very fast at the moment is Sorrel van der Merwe. Right, and as they come through, here we go. And it's going to be Sorrel van der Merwe taking the flag ahead of Aberdeen in the Bosel Audi. Ben Morganroot in the Maz is going to be next, and Willie Hepburn in the Sabat Opel. And in Class B, it's going to be Dion Jabeur who's going to win Class B. But in the meantime, let's go to the marketplace as we leave Kyalami just for the moment. Oh, no, we're not. But we're watching as Willie Hepburn comes through at the end. He's in 4th spot. There he comes in a big Sabat Opel. Nice to see him back here in action. And here's the Class B battle. It's Dion Jabeur from Cape Town, and on his tail he's got Tony Viana, but getting all over him as they start to climb up the Wesbank hill. Right, as they go up here, there's a big battle for Class B going on. And it's Jabeur holding off the team captain there, Tony Viana, holding him off as they go down the hill. They've got half a lap to do, and there's the leaders of Class D as they come up to lap them. And it's Sorensen ahead there of Ray Wolford. And is Jabeur going to put it over Tony Viana? Viana won yesterday. Viana's looking for a way through. Beautiful, those 535 BMWs. He's got the inside berth, but there's another right-hander to go. It's Viana on the left. Beautiful looking motor cars. He's got it. He squeezes through in the inside as he comes on the back of Sorensen into the final bend. He's going to win Class B. Class C is going to be Keith Carr ahead of Bezaden Noten Duckham, and Class D is going to be Larry Wolford. He gets the flag, here he comes. Tony Viana does it once again, a very hard man to beat ahead of Cape Town's Dion Joubert. And then it is leading Class D is Richard Sorensen.
Ja, wat nog beslist moet worden.